More than 40% of the world's populations are gamers, myself included. And it should come as no surprise, this kind of numbers, because thousands of new games are released every year across every major platform. If you're anything like me, you've probably wondered if all the time you spent playing video games can translate into some form of real world money or skills or just building a better life in the real world. And the short answer is yes. So in today's video, I'm going to share 4 specific skills that I've gained from playing video games that have helped me in the real world to make my life better and to grow my business. If that sounds interesting, let's get into it. So the first skill I'm going to talk about is resource management. So in most video games, there is some form of resource, maybe a coin or orbs or rubies or diamonds. It really depends on the game and the developers. But what all resources have in common is that you earn them for playing the game and that they are scarce, meaning that you can never have unlimited resources. In video games, managing your resources will largely determine the quality of life and your experience in the game. And you always need to be strategic about how you spend, save, or exchange these resources in order to beat that final boss or clear the level or get the highest score. Now, just like in video games, in business and in life, you need to manage your scarce resources because you don't have unlimited anything. You always have to manage your time, your money, your attention, and other people, including other people's attention. In order to do that, you need to prioritize where to save, where to spend, where to press forward, where to push back, and you need to be able to do all of this in a way that takes you closer to your goals. So, much like in video games, in real life, there is no one surefire way to manage your resources. It always depends on your individual skill, your aims and your goals, and the game you are playing. It really depends on the game you are playing. So regardless of the game you're playing or your skills, one thing you can always do to manage your resources effectively is to always have your eye on the goal. Before spending your resource or saving it or exchanging it, you need to ask yourself, will doing this action bring me any closer to my goals? And if the answer is yes, then it's probably a good choice. So that's lesson number 1, resource management. Another crucial skill we learn while battling dragons and bosses or scoring points in our favorite video games is problem solving. Problem solving just involves thinking creatively, outside the box, but still within the confines of the rules in order to solve the challenges ahead of you. Now think about it. The point of a video game is to give you a challenge. If a video game is too easy, you're not going to enjoy it. So by the very nature of video games, every time you make progress, you have passed a challenge. And you always have to find creative ways to dodge those fireballs or to get those shots or to beat that boss or to get the highest score at the arcade. And in real life, all you have to do is just replace getting those high scores or dodging those bullets and fireballs with relating with angry clients or reacting to bad reviews or dealing with changing political and economic situations like a new president or government policies. These are all challenges that, yes, they have confines. There are general rules of the game you have to follow, but you can always think outside the box and find creative solutions in order to solve challenges like these. And playing video games will develop your ability to solve problems like these, complex problems, with creative thinking. So that's number 2 skill I've picked up from playing video games, problem solving. 3, teamwork and collaboration. So I learned this lesson because I play a lot of online multiplayer games. Specifically, a game I played a lot was Apex Legends. It's an online game where you go pew pew, where you shoot. And while some people were good enough to play the game and even win the game playing solo, Apex was a team game, meaning you wouldn't get very far without a strong team. And in real life, much like in Apex, picking a strong team isn't just about the individual players who you pick on the team and their strengths and weaknesses. Yes, that is important. Always pick players with good strengths and few weaknesses that you can capitalize on and that can propel you forward. But what makes a good team other than the ability of the individual players, is the communication, it's the chemistry, it's the planning, it's the relationships. You need to have the mix of all of this in your team in order to properly collaborate and delegate, so that you can feed off of each other's strengths and protect each other's weaknesses while you move toward your common goal. So that's what I learned from playing Apex Legends and why I was Apex champion with my squad a lot of times. So that's number 3, teamwork and collaboration. So let's talk about a secret weapon and a skill that you kind of develop through playing hard video games, which is number 4, goal setting and persistence. If you've ever played a difficult game like Candy Crush or Dark Souls or Cuphead, you realize that it's very difficult to beat any of the levels in 1 try or 2 tries. It's usually going to take 5, 6, 10, 20 or 100 tries for you to actually beat these levels and come out on top and get the high score. And in doing all of that, you're going to, in all your several attempts, get a bit better and a bit closer to the goal each and every time. And you don't have to look too far to see how this relates to real life. Just swap out the high scores and swap out the bosses for your real life ambitions and challenges. Are you trying to get in shape, or are you trying to get a promotion at work? These are all goals and challenges that are not going to be solved in 1 try. It's not going to take you 1 day to get in shape. You have to go to the gym, you have to eat good, and you have to get better at doing those things day after day and get more efficient. Maybe you start learning how to meal prep, or you learn better ways to work out, or you learn better ways to wake up. It takes a period of time for you to actually get good and to beat these challenges. And in doing that, you would develop the skill of persistence and goal setting, always keeping your eye on the target. So just like with video games and real life, this is a very important skill that you have to develop. Whatever goals you have, just start and make sure that you keep the mindset of trying to get better every single day until you hit that goal. And that's number 4. So there you have it. That's how I use the lessons I learned from video games in real life. From resource management all the way to goal setting and persistence, the skills I've learned from video games have helped me to level up both online and offline in the real world. So now I want to hear from you. If you play video games, what subtle lessons or skills have you learned from your video games that have helped you in real life? Let me know in the comments below. Also, if you like this video, let me know by hitting a like. And if you want more videos on marketing and tech and generally things that are interesting ways to solve problems, then follow my channel and subscribe for more. And that's all. I'll see you guys in the next video.